So I just want to kind of give you guys an update, some of the things going on with my new channel. So I know I told you guys I was going to be leaving after my old channel got shut down and then started the new one, and then some things happened that kind of made me think that I was going to need to step away for a while. Well, we've kind of fixed those issues, but there is some weird events that took place that correspond to why I was wanting to step away. And I just want to let you guys know that I'm not gone, but I'm going to be slowing things down a lot because I got things to take care of, and I don't have as much time as I once did dealing with the silliness of the Jehovah Witnesses. So with that being said, guys, you're going to see some random videos that will probably be a little strange and maybe old things that had already happened. And the reason for that is I had a lot of videos that were in the process of being developed or were actually developed when I was practicing different software and things. And I still have those. And they were never introduced, or I'm going to reintroduce some older videos that were deleted off YouTube when my channel was shut down. So I just kind of like want to let you guys know what's going on. So for a few months, I'm going to be kind of gone, doing some stuff, spending time with the family, that kind of thing. And I'm not really focusing on this stuff. So if I'm not answering you, or, I'm not making comments, I'm not really saying anything, there's big events going on, I'm missing out, well, it's because I'm doing stuff with my family and I'm not really paying attention to this stuff. But once I get done and I can come back again, I'll let you guys know. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I love making fun of cults that say really stupid things. And with that being said, I want to give you a taste of some of the things that are going to come later.
But no point 6. What Jehovah does for his friends. Cassie, can you type that link? Jehovah has done so much for me.
When I was 14, things that happened in the past started to catch up with me emotionally. And I felt like everything that happened in my life was my fault. Learning from the Bible that God says that He will take my right hand, that He will fortify me, that He will really help me, it blew me away.
She mentioned the Bible passage. Jehovah takes our hand. Can you read that? At Isaiah 41.
So I wonder if things are getting so bad at Watchtower that they have like somebody who's supposed to be representing a 16-year-old abuse victim, right? This teenage girl, but yet they can't get anybody to do this, so they have to go bring in some 40-year-old to pretend like there's some 16-year-old. Like, what's the deal with this? Like, am I the only one that like noticed this? Like, really? Like, this chick does not look like a teenager. This looks like a 40-year-old. Like, what is the deal with this? And then if it is a 40-year-old, what's the deal with her room? Like, what are they trying to get at? This is weird. All right, so I'm going to take a break. I'm having a little bit of a tangent. I don't know why. I cannot watch any of this stuff without finding weird, bizarre stuff every single time I look at it. Like, it just gets weirder and weirder and weirder every single time I pay any attention to any Jehovah Witness material. Like, this is the most cringy, bizarre, weird, bad acting garbage I have ever seen. What in the crap are they doing? So I have to admit, the attention for this video was for me to tell you guys that I'm going to take a little break for a while, but I was just going to put this scene, and then I'm just watching it. I'm like, what the crap is this? But anyways, okay, so I'm digressing, guys. So I just want to let you guys know, I'm going to go do some stuff. Going to, be out away for a while. When I come back, I'll be sharing some stuff with you guys. Periodically, while I'm gone, I'm going to be pushing some of these older videos that are on my computer and stuff to you guys, over the next couple of months. It'll just be random. I don't really have a schedule or anything. I just want to give you guys a heads up so you're not wondering what happened to me, and then just kind of give you some clarity on what's going on and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm cool, I'm fine. I just want to let you guys know. I just want to back off from this stuff, do some family things, chill out, have a good time, do those things I want to do, and back off from crazy cult stuff for a while, because I'll be honest with you, it's frying my brain. It's frying my brain.
Missy, would you like to join my cult of crazy lunatics that will control you and abuse you and have all the fun in the world with you and not let you do anything and then make you wish you would die and that everyone else in the entire world would die at Armageddon? But then you can come back and you can be part of the paradise on Earth, the most wonderful thing ever.
What I just said and the way I portray it might be kind of rude, but you know what? I don't care. Can you imagine if this girl came to my door and decided that she wanted to preach to me? There's not a day that goes by that I don't want a Jehovah's Witness to knock on my door and tell me about the good word. And then I could explain to them what that good word actually means. But you know what? That only happened one time at my house. And I guarantee you, they're not coming back to my door. All right, so I literally put this together, and then I went, oh my gosh, I got to say something about this. So I'm going to throw this in there, and it's going to be kind of odd, but whatever. So the Watchtower thing. Now, let's just think about this for a second. Now, if you guys want to get an in-depth explanation, you can go to JW Thoughts and check out, I think that dude's name is Wally, and then he digs a breakdown. But I just want to talk about this from, a perspective of Watchtower, right? So what people are telling the Jehovah's Witnesses, so this is the lawyer that Jehovah has chose to represent Jehovah's chosen people, right? So this guy is being directed by the Holy Spirit directly, okay? And so Jehovah's Holy Spirit told the lawyer to lie in court so that Watchtower could get fined. Now, let's just kind of think about that for a second. So if by some oddball chance you're a Jehovah's Witness and you're listening to this right now, remember, Jehovah's Spirit told Watchtower to lie so they could get a $150,000 fine. And then on top of that, they can lose an additional $5 million in revenue for being abusive and shunning. Now, the reason I'm talking like this is I'm trying to imitate a certain governing body member so that you witnesses might understand that this is the last days of the last days of the last days that Jehovah's Witnesses will ever receive money from Norway. Okay, so now with all kidding aside, why did this happen? What did they do? Well, they went into the court. They knew what they were being asked of, and they chose to lie to the court system in order to eject themselves as if they were a victim. So they lied to the court in order to keep the money flowing that they knew that they don't deserve. So not only were they lying, but then they were lying on the behalf of Jehovah. So by definition, that would make their God a God of lies. Now let's think about that. They claim to be God of the Bible, the one that's supposed to be the true God, the one that, tells no lies. But yet they need to lie to the government on behalf of Jehovah's Holy Spirit in order to keep money. So that they were going to lie in order to keep money. Now, does anyone think that this makes sense? So the universal creation decided, okay, this one little teeny group of cult members are going to represent me in all of the universe. And my decision right now is I need them to lose $5 million. Then I need a lawyer that just happens to be the same lawyer that was working for the Church of Satan, by the way, guys, and that he's going to lie on their behalf for $150,000. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't seem like a good idea, and it certainly doesn't seem like a divine idea. So they were lying for a divine punishment intentionally.
You hear the word dishonesty? Maybe you think of Satan, the father of the lie. Or Ananias and his wife comes to your mind. They lost their lives because of lying. we do not want to imitate such ones. We avoid lying. Is that, though, as far as our honesty goes? Our holy God Jehovah wants us to be holy as well, and that is why he urged the ancient Israelites not to deceive others, as mentioned in Leviticus 19, verse 11.
So you guys all hear about the Jehovah's Witness Norway trial where the lawyer got in trouble for lying to the court about things that Philip Brumley got charged $150,000 in fines for lying to the court in Norway, right? So Jehovah's Witnesses have to pay that. But the OSCE, right, there's a reason we've talked about him before. He's been on my channel and I've discussed him before because, if you can remember, this same lawyer who just had to pay $150,000 in fines for lying to court was also working with a member of the Church of Satan. Do you remember that? Yeah. Well, I forgot about that video because obviously it's been obliterated by YouTube. But my point is we've already seen him do weird, questionable things in the past. Now, this video and what I'm talking about, it really doesn't have anything to do with the emphasis on the Church of Satan. I'm just showing the fact that Jehovah's Witnesses have double standards. So Jehovah's Witnesses are not allowed to associate with members of the Church of Satan. I can tell you that right now. Now, they're also not supposed to be working with members of the Church of Satan of any form or manner. But my point is that if it's beneficial to the organization, they will throw their rules out. Now, like I said, I'm not saying the Church of Satan people did anything. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been represented. Like, that's not my point. My point is Jehovah's Witnesses have double standards. They say something and they do the exact opposite. So this isn't the first time we've seen them do contradictory things.
Department. He's been a full-time servant for the past 41 years, and for the last 28 years has been overseer of the legal department. Brother Brumley, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today. I know you have a very busy schedule.
My pleasure.
How did it come about that you came to work in the legal department?
So I was working in the carpenter shop one day, and I got a telephone call from Brother Charles Steele. The governing body asked Brother Steele who could go through law school to become an attorney. The organization needed a few attorneys to help defend the rights of Jehovah's Witnesses. So Brother Steele asked me, or basically gave me the assignment. We want you to become a lawyer.
So the organization made a decision to send you through law school. What effect did that have on you?
Something happened that I was not prepared for.
All right, so just for those non-believers, right, this guy does work for Watchtower. He is the legal representation of Watchtower. He's the leader of the legal department. So I didn't make it up. And just give you a breakdown of what happened, what he did. He said that Jehovah's Witnesses don't shun. Jehovah's Witnesses do shun. We all know it. You know it. And then when they got caught lying, they tried to say, well, Watchtower Bible Tract Society doesn't control Jehovah's Witnesses and they're separate. And the governing body is separate. Blah, 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 blah. So everything that came out of his mouth was a lie. And that's why Jehovah's Witnesses got in trouble. So there was 6 months of litigation back and forth because Watchtower was lying about what the company does and doesn't do. You have to understand, Jehovah's Witnesses have themselves having all these different groups and all these different people doing this and doing that. That person's this and that to try to make it hard for anyone to understand what the organization is doing. So when they get in trouble, they can blame that on little parts and say, well, it really wasn't us. They are designed this way on purpose to protect themselves from lawsuits. That's why they do. That's why they just, this time, witnesses have been under a fine comb for a long time, and people are starting to realize how much crap they're full of, and people are getting sick of it. So even the courts are getting sick of little games that Watchtower plays. For an example, they'll say that the elders are like ministers, and so they're not required to mandatory report child abuse. But then they'll say, no, the very next court case, and say, well, they're not actually members, and they're not actually, priests. So technically they're not held by those standards. So they flip and flop constantly if it's beneficial to them. This is the reason why they're getting in trouble, because they don't have any standards and they keep on changing their standards, just like their stupid New Light crap. Jehovah's Witnesses cannot keep anything straight. They can't keep their belief systems. They can't keep No Light straight. They can't keep their court systems straight. They can't keep their people under control. They are a giant, disorganized mess of stupidity. And with that being said, please stay for a special announcement brought to you by the Holy Spirit. So friends, family, I wish you all the best. I'll see you in a couple of months. Until then, be smart, be safe, and have fun.